Namaste, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another journey of an idea. And from now onwards I'll be making the videos of this series even shorter and better digestible to you. I'll be dividing the whole video into two sections: inspiration and execution. That is how I get the idea, or in other words, what was the background or preface of that idea, and of course how I executed that idea. Today we'll be diving into my composition streams, and before that I have an update. I have a musical update. My 10th composition is coming along very well, and it seems as though this will be my best one so far, and it will be coming out soon. So please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bells so that you will be notified whenever I post a new video. With that said, let's get back to the video. So the first influence I think was watching Hans Zimmer conduct his orchestra. So my friend showed me this video of Dark Knight, Hans Zimmer orchestra, and I was inspired by all those musicians playing music together and making something heart moving, right? And so I was inspired by that, but it didn't make anything in action. So I didn't do anything in action after watching that. So action comes after the second inspiration hit me. I was recently part of a 75 musician ensemble conducted by Dr. Mysore Manjunath sir. So it was a fabulous experience, and so in that he emphasized what Western music is like and what is the main difference between Carnatic music and Western music. Especially he talked about what is polyphonics, which we never talk about in Carnatic music, and multi-layering, whatever it is called. He talked about that and why we are not using that in our music. So that really hit me, and he told a fantastic story around it, so it even inspired me more. I think those were the two main influences for this composition to happen, and that is why the name of the composition is named as Streams, because this is the first composition I had made different layers which are playing different things. Usually I just layered different instruments playing the same thing. So I knew it was not doing much, but still I thought it would add some character to it. Yes, it did, but not enough. So this time, I mean, when I did the Streams composition, I did entirely different thing. I used other notes as sa, and then play the same song in that same pitch. So it brought a great change to my composition, and I think this Streams composition is like a milestone to me. I think from here on it will be very different, and that is why I think you may have heard my latest composition, that is the Divine Expanse. I think that is also a very different one and beautiful one, because it also has all these characters, playing the same song in other pitch, right? Other pitch as bass. So I think from here on that will be a common trend, and also that will keep improvising as I learn more and more about music. And of course, through making music, that experience has taught me a lot. I don't know how I can articulate it or how I can teach someone that. Probably they should sit with me for a few sessions, then they'll get to know. But that experience has taught me a lot. And that being said, now let's get on to how I executed that. In this project, as I told you, there is two other streams of music that's coming along with the main theme of the music, right? So those two are these counterbus, this counter. So those are this counterbus and this MA bus. I just call it MA bus because it is Ma. That stream of music starts from Ma. It is taking Ma as Sa basically. I've taken counterbus, so these three tracks belong to one stream, and these three tracks belong to other stream. So you can see I've panned out each track to right and left, and the whole bus into right and this whole bus into left, so that there is some space between them, so that the main theme of music gets the place at the center, and it is not very distractive by adding these other elements. And of course we have the usual bass, full finger bass from Expand 2, and we have Jupiter bass for, just for the intro section. I'm using Vital's Jupiter bass for that. I've rendered those things, so it is. So that tone is from Jupiter bass, and of course we have Tyrrell N6 here at the beginning itself, just to show the contrast. Of course I have staccatos also. I've used Tyrrell as staccatos also, and even the Jupiter bass as staccato, so that I think you realize that once you've listened to this music, I think it has come along very well. From the start of the main theme, we have strings mainly. And I've just named it counter because that suited well when I was making this, and I know it sounds very very general, but still I just wanted some name very quickly, so I just named it as counter. And here in the counter we have clarinet, and in the Mabus, the other stream, we have piano, electric piano, suitcase piano, and we have other sounds for adding more texture and whatnot, dimension to the whole music. We have harp here, which increases the tempo after a while, and we have timpani for percussion main. We have percussions, and since I named it as streams, I wanted something relevant to the name, so I used some reverse sounds, so it is there throughout the mix, so that it makes sense. And of course we have violins. We have the usual setup for my violin. It is violin bus, wet reverb bus, so there's only wet reverb in this bus, which is, if you can see here, we are sending the violin bus itself to the wet reverb bus, and of course we are sending it to pre-master 2. And for violin, for all the violins I've done only EQ, and then on the violin bus I have a compressor here. It is called Technikov. This is very good. As I've told in a lot of videos, actually this is TDR's good compressor. And we have reverb, which is inbuilt from the Reaper itself, so we have those two. And I think it's very basic. I'll just show you what I've put on my pre-master. So on my pre-master I have put the TDR same compressor, and I have TDR Molotov, whatever you call it, another compressor. And of course we have the master assistant Ozone 9 elements. So I use it only for maximizer because it increases the volume. I don't know, it is intelligent basically. I don't have anything on master. This is Restream. I'm using it to stream the audio of this DAW software to the OBS, through which I'm recording right now. And here for saw, I've used Pancake. I think this is an interesting plugin. I use it many times to add that subtle elements, subtle changes that you want in a mix, where you want to notice a particular instrument, but you don't want it to be too dominant. So at those times I will use Pancake, and it is very helpful. Of course you should tweak a little bit here. You want to set where or at what times it should trigger, it should move from left to right? So that's there. And rest all, it is Expand 2 and Tyrrell N6 and Vital, and that's it. Probably that's it. Yes. Ozone Imager, yes, definitely. I use Ozone Imager for ambience, and that's it. This master is very much simple, very simple, right? I love this composition not because of how grand of mixing and mastering I've done in this. No, because I like this because of the structure itself, and what I've and the concept I've brought into this. I've just introduced myself to this concept of multi-layering, right? This is not new to the music industry. It is new to me. So I was very excited about it, and making new composition in Carnatic music is also very rare. And using polyphonics, or whatever you call this, multi-layering, whatever, in new compositions of Carnatic music is very rare. So I think I did a good job. So I think it is too much new to, to get it perfect at the first time. So I think I did a good job there. It doesn't seem any special here. So all that is special here is the multi-layering, which I've got introduced to, and that, in combined with Carnatic music, has brought that beauty in this composition. And as I told you, this is a milestone for me. Streams is one of my favorite compositions, because again, every composition is so dear to me, because every composition is different. And not only that, I've learned so many things from that composition, and also there is a story behind that composition. As I told you, the inspiration behind it. So like that, I have story behind every idea. So that gives me goosebumps. It is so inspiring to me. I can't even articulate how much inspired I am to talk about these things, because this is too mysterious, how these things arrive to me and how I execute them, how I learn things from that, and then I adapt so many things to my next composition. So all those are very, very, very interesting and inspiring to me. So I think that's a great way to end this video, saying I'll keep making these kinds of videos because I love them, I'm inspired by them. So hopefully I inspire you too to make music, make original music, make Carnatic music go mainstream, right? So all the best doing that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.